our hope in God. And as we look up to Him, we can see far. And He told Abraham that stand and see from where you are standing, as far as you can see, I will give unto you. We are not hopeless. Say to yourself that I'm not hopeless. I'm not hopeless. My only hope is you. Jesus.
stand still because there was no grain. There was no source of power. Darkness everywhere. And the field refused to produce food. There was drought. There was drought. This year, at the middle of the rainy season, farmers experienced drought that affected corns. In fact, we are in the season of harvesting corns, but the prices of corn is rising. In the years past, when we enter harvest season, they will say, thank God, we have already entered harvest season. The prices of things will begin to come down. But the reverse is the case now. We are in the harvest season, but the prices are still going up. And at that time again, this terrible cold winter was dealing with them severely. Because of our time, I will not be able to analyze all the terrible things that happened, that people were lamented about. But when we came to verse 18 of that particular verse we read, even prophet Habakkuk, that was at the point was complaining, even accusing God, made a U-turn. I'm now gradually going to which way to go as believers. He looked beyond the despairing situation to the Lord, who is the source of his sustainability through difficult times. He looked beyond no food. He looked beyond no grace. He looked beyond terrible cold and said to his people, let there be no grace. Let there be no food. Let there be no wine. I will do what? He said, I will do what? I will rejoice. I will rejoice in the Lord. Other verses, other versions will say, I will hope in the Lord. I will hope in the Lord. Even though I have not gotten this, even though what I desire to have, I have not gotten it, I will still rejoice. I will still hope in the Lord. It's a very difficult time. As a human being, mortals, it's a difficult stage that you will be able to take a stand and say, let there be no what I'm trusting God for. Let it not even come. Let not even happen. I will still rejoice. I will still hope in that same God. It's not common. It's a difficult stand to take as a believer. But this morning I stand to encourage us that this is the way to go. Never lose hope on God. The prophet hopes that God shall arise as the Savior of his people. And that is the same thing God will do for us in our hopeless situation today. That God will arise. That God will arise as the Savior, as our Savior, as our sustainer, as our Redeemer, our provider. Our God will arise. What Prophet Habakkuk come to realize that we can only hope in the Lord. That's the only way out. The only way to go is never to lose hope in God. That is the only way to go. I read the story of a young boy who lost his father at a very tender age with his 3 younger sisters. And the story was that the uncles that he's supposed to look up onto, that we take over from the late father, now took everything of his father away from him. But before the demise of the father, what the father left with the boy remains in his heart. And what was that? Never lose hope in God. Never lose hope in God. In every situation, never lose hope in God. And that was what this boy was left with. Anywhere this boy entered, this word keep on ringing in his heart. And that was how this boy was struggling, trusting the Lord. And gradually, God was helping him. To cut the story short, this boy and his three younger sisters became graduates, all of them, in different professions. And that which the parents, the uncles, took away from them, where are they again? Where are they? It's gone. It's gone. I relate this. I switch to Naomi's side. The horrible situation with that of Naomi. Which way to go? Habakkuk stood by his people. Habakkuk raised the faith of his people. That in this horrible situation where you people do not even have what to eat, never you lose sight of God. That is the greatest thing that helped his people at that time. And coming to the story of Naomi here, in this horrible situation, is a familiar story to all of us. Naomi left Bethlehem to a foreign land, and as God will have it, they were doing very well, flourishing with their 2 sons, and they got married. But unfortunately, the husband died, the 2 sons died, left with the daughter-in-laws. And even the daughter-in-laws, no child yet. No child. Naomi was a woman who has seen what we call prosperity, who has enjoyed prosperity, and now she's experiencing bitterness. If you look at where I read this morning, when she decided to return back home, Ruth decided to follow her. But Naomi said, no, just turn back. Your sister has gone to meet her people, so you do the same. But you heard me when I was reading. She vowed, even to the point of her death, let God deal with me if I break this vow, that anywhere you go, I will go with you. Your people will become my people. Anywhere you die, that is where I will die. That is where I should be buried. And when they were going back, people came out to welcome them. And when they saw them, they saw Naomi. Is this Naomi? Is this Naomi? Naomi of all people. Brethren, may we not have today and tomorrow you don't have again. It's not a good situation. It's better you don't have today and you have tomorrow. They were looking at her as a ghost. The situation of Naomi was beyond just physical. It was beyond physical. The emotional trauma was too heavy on her. But I tell you, what this woman did, because she got to a point and said, don't even call me that name again. I don't need that name again. Don't ever you mention that name. My name is now Mara, bitterness. That is my name, bitterness. I don't know the kind of situation that you have found yourself and you are almost giving up. Naomi's emptiness is not just physical, but deeply spiritual. Naomi perceives her life as stripped of purpose of joy. There's nothing like joy again in my life. You have taken everything away from me. There are dark days in some people's life. There are dark days that you wish it has never come. That was what happened to Naomi. I've had people cry. What am I living for again? What am I living for? It's better you just take my life. That was the stage of Naomi. As she was telling her people, don't even dare call me Naomi again. What is good about Naomi? You better call me Mara. But Ruth, a Moabite woman, a foreign woman, a Gentile, vow to stay by Naomi. This is so deep. This is so deep. When I say which way to go as believers, it has so many things. I cannot be able to digest this message all today, this morning. It has so many things. What Prophet Habakkuk was doing in the midst of his people was one of the greatest ways to go of raising his people's faith, never to give up, never to lose sight of God. Coming to this aspect now, Naomi, Ruth, a foreigner, a Gentile, she stood by Naomi.